Hello everyone, welcome back to bonpi. Today is December 3rd and that means it's time for the November wrap-up. So this is the second to last wrap-up of 2023. It's very exciting. Let's get started right away and do some of my favorites. Okay, so my first favorite is this lip gloss from Lawless. It's their Forget the Filler Plumping Line Smoothing lip gloss. And I really love the applicator on this. Look, it's like this kind of really rounded shape, so it hugs my lips really well. Plus it stays on really well. This is just like a sheer rosy outlook, but it's like a little bit sticky slash tacky, but not in a bad way, in the way more so that it stays on your lips. And it has like a really mild plumping sensation. It's not spicy or burning in any way, but it has that cool texture that I really prefer when it comes to plumping products, so this has been a true staple for me. And if we're continuing with, I guess, some of the beauty stuff, I have some press-ons on my nails right now. So these are from the brand Glowy by Her. I think they're based in Australia, and I got 2 sets as part of their Black Friday. Oh, see, this one's empty because they're on my nails right now, but I got them as part of their Black Friday sale. And this one has little stars on them, French tip with little stars. And these ones are just kind of nude pale pink, but with a little bit of that sort of like shiny glazed donut look to them. And these boxes are made really well. So like it comes up and then you have this like top rack layer, and then underneath you have the extra nails, glue, a file, a nail stick, and even the sticky tabs as well. So I think it's really well put together. And when I ordered, they even gave me an extra nail glue, which was really nice. And I've had these on for maybe 2-3 days and they've stayed on really well. And they were really easy to put on and fit to my nails, so definitely recommend those. Especially if you're a person to want to put on nails for some fancy occasion, because these are definitely really nice for that. I guess we're sticking with the pink theme because everything today has kind of been pink. This is the Sol de Janeiro number 40. This is their spray perfume, and this is like one of the minis that came with one of their sets. And I've shown this in my past Get Ready With Me video. This is the Black Amber Plum Vanilla Woods scented one. And I think a lot of people online say this is the best one. It smells kind of elegant. You definitely get that vanilla scent there, but it's not just vanilla. It feels kind of like darker almost, so it's a little more mature. And because it is a body and hair mist, I use this in my hair after I wash it while it's still a little wet. And so when it dries, it keeps that scent with it. And I find that it stays a really long time like that. So I'm very happy, and this is a mini. I will probably get the larger version once I run out of this. This is the Summer Fridays Baby Moon Belly Balm. That's really alarming to some of you probably. Do not worry, I simply got this as a body moisturizer. I know they have a lotion as well, but this one is more like a balm, right? So it's more like a body butter. So it's a lot thicker, and it forms sort of a bigger barrier on top of the skin. And I really like body butters. I just find that scooping them out of the tub is really annoying. So I like the fact that it comes in a tube. It also smells really nice. Please do not judge me for recommending this, but it is a really nice product and it works really well just as a body butter in a tube. And this is a little strange, but this is a bag of nuts. Specifically, these are Japanese peanuts from the brand nuts.com. I think I just searched up Japanese peanuts into Google because I had them once and they were really nice, so I wanted to buy some more, and this brand popped up. They have a lot of nice snacks. They have all sorts of chocolates things, and they have tea as well, and these are so nice. I have them all the time as a little snack. And if you don't know what Japanese peanuts are, imagine you have a regular peanut and it's wrapped in this sort of crunchy coating, starchy crunchy coating of sorts. So there's like 2 layers. When you bite into it, you get like the outer coating, and then you have the peanut on the inside. And I guess because it has that outer, more carb-like, snack-like coating, it's a little more fulfilling as a snack, which I'm really glad because I go through these like crazy and they also help give me a little energy boost, you know? So I definitely recommend nuts.com as a website for buying nuts, and I think they're really well priced. You get a massive 1 pound bag for maybe $6 depending on what you want. And I've gotten other things from them such as like pretzels, chocolate coated pretzels. I've gotten trail mixes and stuff like that. Definitely recommend both the Japanese peanuts and the website. And lastly, I have a book, which is a little different from my usual recommendations, but this is Norwegian Wood by Haruki Murakami. And I picked this book up, I think, over the summer because I had heard some really good reviews about it, and I only really started reading it recently because I hadn't had much time, and it's really well written. It just sort of keeps you hooked. Like, Murakami's writing is so relatable almost. He paints this love story and you feel like you're there, you're seeing it, you're experiencing it, and I really couldn't sing higher praises for a leisure time book, a book that feels easy to read and that you feel lost in the world of this book. Definitely recommend it. And I think all of Murakami's works are really good. I haven't read them, so I cannot attest to it, but I have heard really good things about this sort of magic realism style. Norwegian Wood is based in real life, so there isn't so much magic to it, but a lot of Murakami's other books have some fantastical elements to it, and I've heard that he does it really well, so I definitely recommend both Norwegian Wood and any of his other works too. So let's head on to the outfit check. Okay, I turned the lights on so you could see it better. This jacket is the outer shell for a North Face ski jacket. This hoodie is not mine, but it's from Vans. These are cargo sweats from Garage, and these are the same shoes I've shown in another video from Santo. I think that is about it. Not too much special today, but I guess it's a really nice outfit for the colder weather, so that's that. And now for the song recommendations. It's a really important time of the year because Spotify Wrapped just came out, so I'll be sharing my top songs from my personal Spotify Wrapped. So funnily enough, I have recommended my top song before. It is September by Sparky Deathcap. I have actually both the original version of the song and the instrumental version of the song as my top 2 songs of the entire year because I've listened to them so much. So that's that. And next up, I have Our Dawn is Hotter Than Day by 17, which was the first video on this channel, a cover of the song. And I think it's really fitting considering we started the year in January with that song and now we're at the end with it showing up in one of, I guess, the last monthly wrap-ups. Next up, number 3, or technically number 4, I have Romantic Homicide by D4VD. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce their name, but I can't believe this made it so high on my list. I didn't think I listened to this song that much, but I enjoy it regardless. Next up, I have Farewell Neverland by TXT, or Tomorrow by Together. This is off their album that came out at the very beginning of 2023, and I think I listened to it a lot then, and that sort of carried through the rest of my year as well. I'm not sure if I recommended this song before, but it feels kind of like a song you'd find in a movie, very upbeat, but also a lot of meaning to it. So that is number 4/5. I'll do one extra to celebrate the Spotify Wrapped as well. And yes, okay, so it is / / I'm pretty sure. And it's by Covey, Covey. And I really, really like the song because, as I've said before, it also feels like it could be in a movie. It feels like one of those ending credits songs where everyone sort of runs off into the distance and you hear it playing. I'm really upset that it's not on Spotify because I like how Spotify has the little notes feature that you can put a song on, and I really want to put this on there because I feel like it has such good vibes. But I really like the song and I wish more people knew about the song as well. So those are my 5/6 song recommendations from my Spotify Wrapped. And now to look at my sleep in November. Okay, so I have an average of 6 hours and 53 minutes. I can't remember if that's better or worse than October. Wait, let me check. Okay, it's just a little bit better than October, which was about 6 hours and 40 something minutes. So that's good, but that could also be because there was a whole Thanksgiving break in the middle of November, which definitely meant I got a lot more sleep to compensate for school days. And I think December will probably go downhill from there because I think we've been slightly improving, and I cannot say the same thing for December because, oh wait, no, we have break. So maybe it will get better because there is a school break in the second half of December. We'll have to see. I can't, maybe we'll hit 7 hours or we'll do another improvement. I'll make that one of my goals for December. So that should be it for this first half, and let's get into the rambling. Okay, so today's rambling is going to be about optimism or positivity, however you want to call it. And I really wanted to talk about this because I feel like I'm a very positive person. I'm always sort of happy regardless of what's happening. And while people sometimes see that as being a little childlike or unserious, I think it is a great way to approach life. And I think a lot of people struggle with the concept of being positive because it feels really difficult to achieve or unrealistic at times. So I'm here to sort of talk you through it and share how being positive has made my life, or at least I feel like it has made my life pretty nice. So I think a big part of positivity is seeing value in everything. I know a lot of people say see the good in everything. I will admit that not everything seems like it's good. So it's a lot easier to just look at things and say, oh, so this is what it means. For example, I might be playing a game and then I'll realize, oh, this is almost like a metaphor for something that happened to me recently. And acknowledging those moments or seeing the connections between things, it makes you realize how important everything is. And if everything is important, then you're important too. What you do is important. And this is kind of the butterfly effect where you realize all of your actions come down and really influence a lot of things you do later on in life. So I guess appreciating everything can be a simpler way to say it. Just seeing the value, seeing the story, seeing the potential, meaning behind all these things in life, all the interactions, anything even. It could be the weather, it could be a speck of dirt on your table, it could be a notification on your phone. Sort of thinking about it, taking a minute to ask some questions, and just seeing life as more than what you think it is. I think that's a really big part of this positivity almost. And you realize that by being a positive person, you have a good impact on the people around you as well. So by being positive, you'll realize that, oh, my friends are also happier when I'm around. If you're cracking jokes, then they're laughing, and you just feel happier as a whole because you see your effect on people and people enjoy having you around. Because I think someone told me this, I'm not sure who, but they were saying how it's bad to complain a lot because people associate being negative with your presence, and if they don't want that negative energy, then they just won't hang around you. And that makes a lot of sense to me, which is why I try not to complain too much when I'm around people and instead do the opposite, be more positive, talk about good things that are happening and make them feel better. And I guess maybe you could call that manipulation, but I feel like there is some truth to it because complaining does put you on a grumpier mood, and I guess that's just different. That's harder to live with. One of the things people often associate with being positive is that you're not grounded, you don't have a sense of reality, that your expectations are really high, or that maybe you have some really large dreams that you want to go towards. Or maybe those are two completely separate things and I'm conflating them together. But either way, I think having expectations is not an inherently bad thing, but it's understanding when you have too high of an expectation that it might become an obstacle for you. Because if you have these dreams that are barely attainable, then you have to realize that there simply is not that much of a chance that you'll get there. So it's much easier to have realistic goals that you know you can reach. And I've talked about that in a previous video, but it's definitely really useful having your feet on the ground and knowing that there are certain things you can do and there are certain things that are unrealistic and not exactly worth dreaming about. Which is kind of sad when you think about it, because everyone says dream about whatever you want, the world is your oyster and everything, but the hard truth is that's not entirely true. And if you trick yourself into believing that, you're never going to be happy or fulfilled. So that's at least, I think, the stance on expectations, because having expectations and having hopes for yourself is of course a good thing, because you want to believe in your capabilities and what you can do, and you want to have this goal that's just above where you are so you can push yourself a little further, right? But as I said, you don't want to have to push yourself all the way until you're at your limits or even past your limits to try and achieve something that maybe you're not even that passionate about. And I guess another part of it is relying on yourself. I'm not saying it's bad to have a tight circle of friends that you can rely on, but I think at the end of the day, it is most important that you have yourself, you know yourself, that you are aware of who you are without any regard to these friends or other people, because everything could change one day. Your friends, they could all move on, you could move on, and you don't want to be at a point where you're lost or stuck because of that. And sometimes when you make friends, there are some bad ones there. And I'm not saying we all have bad friends, I'm saying that it is a possibility. And when it does happen, it can be hard to get away from that. So I think it's most important that you have yourself, that you can trust, that you can rely on, that you know, so that you don't have to attach yourself to somebody else to feel like you're yourself. And by being yourself, you know about all the intricate things, so you know what you like, you know what you don't like, you're in tune with yourself, you're constantly aware of what you want. And I think if you move through life with this self-centered point of view, well, not entirely self-centered, I know that sounds bad, but let's say a self-forward point of view, then you can prioritize things that will make you better off as a whole and drive you forward towards your goals. And I'm not saying that that is all you have to rely on in life, this self-motivation or drive. I'm saying that it is important to have that there so that when you need it, you can lean on yourself, you can come back to yourself and not get stuck trying to hold on to someone else. So I think that's about it for my brief ramble about happiness, positivity, whatever you want to call it. And if I had to boil it down, I'd say first, you want to look for the value in small things, ask questions, think about their value, look how everything matters. And two, think about your impact on others, how you're portraying yourself, and how, if you want to spread happiness, how that will look like, and how that looks like in your interactions. Three, having realistic expectations. I've talked about this in the past. Having goals that are achievable and not all the way up at the sky, because you're going to end up chasing that forever. That's just not realistic. And four, you want to think about your friends, your circles, and you want to rely on yourself at the end of the day. You want to have someone inside of you that you can rely on, that you know you can come back to, so that if the worst things happen and you're stuck by yourself, you're not completely lost and you know at the essence who you are. So those are my 4 quick tips for, I guess, being happier, being more positive, being more optimistic. So I think that's it. Thank you for sticking around till the end if you're still here, and I will see you guys very soon for my next December video and for maybe a new video in the new year. We'll see about that. Thank you so much. Bye!